That's it. At CarmenRider YouTube, I challenge you to something epic. So first, what games do you play? Yu-Gi-Oh? Street Fighter? Fatal Fury? Name your game, because I have Edo Pro and Fightcade. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. Well, guess I'm pushing back that review on Digimon the movie again. Greetings, viewers. Netta here, welcoming you to another episode of How Not to Commentate. Today's offender is a commentator by the name of CarmenRider, someone I've heard fashions herself after just a robot, and even jumped onto the whole Prison Make Luke bandwagon last year when Luke was calling Jara racist. That's actually how I found out about her. Though, if I'm to be honest, I find it disinteresting at best, and obnoxious and dismissive at worst, as we'll see today. She put out a video saying why people shouldn't care if randos make porn of their OCs. And the vibe I got from it was, it doesn't bother me, so it shouldn't bother anyone. I hope we can all agree that that is a stupid mindset to have. A day later, the commentator Raven Pines put out a response commentary to Carmen, and hey ho, what do you know? Not only did Carmen respond to the comments, but she made a commentary responding to old Raven. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. So, now that you got all the context, let's examine the case before us.
Off to hang myself, off and left!
CarmenRider here, back with another commentary. So, remember that person from 64 Beastie Man's video?
Do you want therapy for that? Cause I know someone who can help you out.
Yeah, her. Well, she did a commentary on one of my videos. Raven Pines, Filler Comms, Ramen Noodles Gone Sexual, CarmenRider. Anyways, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's not. Who's Raven? Who's 64 Beastie Man? Why are you making a video on Raven? I mean, I know the answer to these questions, but newcomers wouldn't. Like I said, I've heard people compare it to Jar, but Jar at least gives some context on who or what he's making a video on and why. You, on the other hand, have given viewers very little information to work with, and that's kind of lazy as a presenter.
Dragon Wheel!
Well, I didn't expect to do an original topic this time, but here we are. So a while back, I made a tweet about how some people draw hentai of others' OCs. The tweet reads, Artist: Hey, don't draw porn of my character. I'm gonna report you. The character. And then it was the following image. Some notable examples include Sky, Sienna from PN Seymour, Wolfichu, and Jaden. I swear, the people who beg for their characters to not be looted have the most lootable features. Sky is a small bratty weeb girl. That's fucking adorable.
What?
I need a hero! I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night!
Okay, Raven, girl, sorry, I know what you're trying to do here, but you could have just used a close-up still of Kamaru going, what? And edited on that. You didn't need to play the song afterwards.
What the fuck, Carmen? Sky, in the mod, is fucking 12 years old!
Even though she's a fucking drawing? Also, even then, I'm pretty sure BB Panzu only made her a lolly for the sake of controversy.
Doesn't matter. If the character is still set age, then looting a character that is 12 will result in raised eyebrows and people looking at you sideways. No, we call people that make lewd art or like art sexually depicting kids that young or younger maps. And before you come at me with the whole they're fictional spiel, pedophiles will be aroused by sexual pictures of children, real or fictional. Hell, non-offending maps will be open about using fictional children to satiate their desires. And I doubt that the original artist would be happy knowing that a bunch of creeps are busting a nut to his character. Oh God, I feel I need a shower after this commentary, but feel I will never be clean after that sentence.
Because the original character was an adult, I think.
You think. Carmen, you should know if the character was originally an adult. As someone refuting a point, it would help you if you did research to see if the argument you want to make is accurate. Not just go with, I think.
12! I'm pretty sure that BB Ponzu, the person who made Sky, would not appreciate any lewds made of her at all.
Actually, he didn't make Sky, he just made the mod. And even then, I don't care what he thinks.
Especially since he made her that age to reflect her creator, BF's wife forever. So in short, that is a self-insert of a minor.
It's not the actual person it's based on, it's a character. That's the key word. Based on.
It's still a character based on a minor. That's the key phrase here, Carmen. Based on a minor. Just because a child character is fictional doesn't mean that an actual child wasn't the base for said character's design.
Well, unfortunately for you, your idiocy is fuel for my rage.
Sienna is just fucking look at her. You cannot tell me you don't want to put her tits around your dick.
Do not fucking go there! Just because a female character has larger-than-life breasts does not give you or anyone else the invitation to be dirty-minded.
Did you just try to get on my case for thinking dirty thoughts? This really do be a 1984 moment.
Thank you for interrupting that complete non-interjection before Raven could complete her sentence. You do that a lot in this video, actually. I mean, I may or may not do the same, since you cut your head so close to her original video.
On the topic of Sienna, let me show you the reference sheet that PM Seymour himself made. This is Sienna's reference sheet. There is a very specific use for it if people want to do fan arts, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Now let's look at the description below the reference sheet. I want you to pay attention to what is in the parentheses. It's telling people, specifically NSFW artists, to not tag him in NSFW content.
Yeah, not tagging him. He's not saying that you can't. He's saying to not tag him. Even if he did say not to do that, it wouldn't matter.
Hey Carmen, if the original artist says, do not tag me in NSFW content, safe to say he doesn't want his characters featured in NSFW content. Refusing to respect his wishes is a big middle finger. Hashtag respect the artist.
Filler.
Wolfie Chu literally sexualizes herself in the thumbnails.
Okay, not gonna lie, your evidence here is not good. A majority of your examples here are 2 to 3 years old.
You can still change thumbnails from past videos.
The tentacle one isn't inherently sexual, seeing as she's just in the grass with it and not being banged by it.
Okay, but when I see a girl wrapped in tentacles, I'm gonna think of sex regardless of the context. Same with 95% of weebs, which are in our fan base.
Also, I want to thank Neko Shadows for this point and what I will bring up later. Ignoring how, as I mentioned earlier, most of these thumbnails have non-sexual context if you actually bother watching the videos for a second, Wolfie Q does risky things with her character sometimes. So, she's the one doing it. She's the creator of this character. Not an absolute rando she doesn't know and is an adult herself.
So you're saying rules for me, but not for thee?
No, Raven is saying, if Wolfie Chu does not want some rando to make sexual art of her character, then they shouldn't do it. And Wolfie Chu is completely within her rights to be mad with some basement-dwelling twat who goes ahead and does it anyway. It's not rocket science. I also went to Wolfie Chu's channel to see if she uses sexual clickbaity thumbnails, and felt dirty doing so. And no, couldn't find a single one. Even if she used sex appeal on her thumbnails once upon a time, she no longer does that, and clearly doesn't want to be remembered for it. Oh, but no, wait. You say that panty shots are sexual, and this thumbnail totally has a panty shot, and someone looking up her skirt. Oh my god, you're right, that is so sexual. NSFW, age restricted. Turn off the comments.
And Jaden, well, she's funny, relatable, poofy hair, and all above, Asian.
I mean, it's already been established that Jaden is against any porn of persona being made.
Like I care.
The fact you don't care really says a lot about you, but I'll save that for final thoughts.
I'll do everything I can to rehabilitate you.
Marry me.
Everything except that.
You can guess where that statement here falls in.
People would often use the argument for Jaden and Wolfie of, they're based on real people. And to that I say, the keyword being based on. It's not of the actual people. Pretty sure doing that would be impossible without deep faking them. Which is something I am against.
please.
Never do that again.
But if you do want to do the whole screams and frustration gag again, I suggest moving a good distance away from the mic, and if your screaming is still too loud, try to lower the volume in Audacity or while recording.
If the characters are based on real people, then the real person the character is based on, like Wolfie, Jaden, and Sky, are allowed to speak out against any and all NSFW content with these characters in it being made.
Then what's the harm? If it's art, then there's no harm.
The harm is someone is taking their characters and doing shit that they wouldn't tolerate. I know this is hard for you to understand and accept, Carmen, but not everyone has your sensibilities. Jaden and Wolfie too are allowed to dislike pornographic art that involves the characters that they use to represent themselves in their videos.
Matt Groening based the Simpsons family off of his own family and his own childhood. I can guarantee you that these people would not like any NSFW content made of these characters at all!
Yet it still happens.
Doesn't mean that Matt or anyone else has to like it. Honestly, this is probably one of the laziest counters to a point I've heard in a good long while. And coming from someone who calls himself a commentator, that's actually kind of depressing. How did this video get 66 likes?
But now for the core of the video. 3 reasons why you shouldn't prevent porn of your OCs. Number 1. It's a form of appreciation. Someone drawing porn of your character is an artist's way of showing that they appreciate your character. It's not easy to get someone up in art form, but you managed to do it. And that's just more bragging points for you.
Well, I guess that means that fans of Antunes were simply showing appreciation for Hardy TBS when they drew a point of his OC. Oh wait, no. They did to mock Harley because Antunes and his community are spiteful and immature.
Carmen, meet ShirtBusters. ShirtBusters, this is Carmen.
Hi, ShirtBusters.
This is the guy that Jaden Animations blocked for drawing porn of her OC.
His stunning portrayal of Jaden Animations, chained up as a dog and fully nude. A very, very lovingly rendered piece, and I'm sure Jaden Animations would be proud to see this kind of bullshit coming from this creature.
This guy also tends to draw porn of other people's OCs simply to humiliate them, like he did with Puppy-chan.
Now, there are a couple dates that are important to note. This tweet right here that has since been deleted was made on December 4th, and this call took place on December 7th. These are going to become very important, because this tweet here that has now been deleted was deleted on the 7th during this call. Moreover, in this call he's already expressed that he had no idea that Puppy-chan was not comfortable with this, and that he was making this because he, quote, liked the character. And in most cases, that would also be it. It's clear they aren't okay with it, it's clear this was unacceptable, and it's clear that he shouldn't do this again. Normally, that's where things end. But with our good friend here, not so lucky. As you can see, despite knowing this was unacceptable, and despite deleting his first tweet, 2 days later he creates new artwork, posted it, and tagged Puppy-chan fully aware this was against their wishes. Starts to make things look a little bit sketchy, especially when you actually look at this tweet that came out before either of those pieces of artwork were created, talking about how Puppy-chan, quote, never learns, and how they need to, quote, watch what she says. I'm sure the irony isn't lost on anyone regarding that, but it does put these in a different perspective. Almost like trying to publicly sexually humiliate Puppy-chan is something he considers to be an acceptable thing to do.
It honestly sounds like this guy's a troll and was doing this solely to get a reaction.
Yeah, we've come to Carmen's go-to response whenever she hears people doing something with the intention of making people uncomfortable. Call them a troll.
Oh, my favorite.
I don't know if you're aware, Carmen, but people in the CC have thrown out the whole don't feed the troll mantra. Not so long as there are still criticisms to be had. Even Jar's done videos on people that were speculated to be trolls, like Achilles Argyle. Even Omega did a video on Achilles. And even if ShirtBusters were a troll, he acknowledged what he did made Jaden and Puppy-chan uncomfortable, but proceeded to do it again because he seems to get off on sexually humiliating women on a public platform. Do you not see that this is concerning behavior? By the way, Kylie Lovely here has developed a reputation for outing sexual degenerates ever since the whole Kira the Wolf drama. If you still believe ShirtBusters is just a troll, go watch the 2 videos you already made on him that I'll be linking in the description.
Now, I don't know this person completely, so if there's something I'm missing, then please let me know.
Well, I was about to let you know more, but I guess I will too. ShirtBusters defends Lycon because it is art. Says it's legal in Brazil where he lives, and will never stop enjoying it. Now let's see what Raven has to show us.
someone else's girlfriend.
Why the fuck are you making suggestive art of my fucking girlfriend, dude?
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah!
Fucking oof! This is the point where you should have thought, if shit like this is going on, maybe people have the right to be upset when random creepers draw porn of their OCs, especially without their permission. And no, ShirtBusters doesn't have to be an example of all hentai artists since they want to label him, but he is an example of how this kind of behavior makes people uncomfortable and makes people either avoid the offender or put their behavior on display for all to see and make fun of them for, like what happened with ShirtBusters here.
On another note, if someone's OC is an adult, and the artist behind the OC is an adult, it does not mind any NSFW content if he, she, or they consent to that sort of content, that would be fine. But not in the other circumstances I mentioned earlier. Here's an idea. Draw fan art of the character without making it NSFW. Let's go back to Sienna's ref sheet for a bit. Seymour is okay with fan art of the character being made as long as it is SFW.
As much as I like his content, I don't give a damn what he thinks. And neither should you.
Just gonna put a pin in this for final thoughts. Boy, you really don't want me to like you as a person, do ya?
Number 2. It's inevitable.
I guess getting told you have bad takes is inevitable too, along with calling whoever argues with the SJWs. I swear shit like this is why anti-SJWs get made fun of just as much.
Number 3. Free publicity. Porn is free publicity. I would have never even considered playing the Senran Kagura games if it wasn't for the hentai made of them. Same goes for interspecies reviewers. And to this day, I love those franchises.
Difference is, interspecies reviewers was intended to challenge audience sensibilities in a sexual context. None of the people you or Raven have mentioned created their characters and went, please, oh please, someone fap to this. I know this is difficult for you to understand, but people like Jane and Wolfie too don't want to be recognized because some creeper drew porn of them. Also, didn't you get onto Raven's case? We're playing a Danganronpa game earlier in this video I'm responding to?
So you're literally playing Danganronpa, a game where there's multiple cases of fan service between its teen characters. So, by your own logic, you're also in the wrong.
So it's okay for you to like a comedy series that features sexual fetishes in a fantasy setting, but Raven being a fan of a game franchise that has fan service in it is somehow a point of contention and makes Raven a hypocrite? Yeah, I'm going with no. Either you're both in the wrong, or neither of you are.
Every creator of every piece of media craves publicity in some shape or form, but not something like porn if the creator is uncomfy with that fact. Maybe they just want a clean reputation and a legacy that doesn't involve their character getting fucked by multiple men and women.
Even though they're not making the art?
Does not debunk what Raven said. I want to pull out my hair!
Am I dead yet?
Carmen, get your ducks in a row, pull your head out of the gutter, and actually try to understand why people don't want NSFW art of their characters being made without pushing those concerns to the side.
Okay, noted, but I doubt it will get anywhere.
Anyways, that's all I have to say about that. Hopefully, this is the last time I talk about something like this. Until next time, this is Raven Pine saying take care and be kind to one another. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go watch some Demon Slayer, Steven Universe.
Of course she watches Steven.
Nobody cares! Nobody!
Oh, that explains it perfectly. No wonder this video sucks. You let the insane critic of all people help you. Look, critic, you're a cool person and all, but dear God, you are terrible at debates.
As are you, if this video is anything to go by. So, time for final thoughts. Good lord, this video was a short to sit through. You really didn't debunk any of the points Raven made. Kept saying the OCs aren't real people, even though they're based on real people, and had this whole dismissive attitude towards the whole thing.
Let's go back to Sienna's ref sheet for a bit. Seymour is okay with fan art of the character being made as long as it is SFW.
As much as I like his content, I don't give a damn what he thinks. And neither should you.
This right here, your whole I don't give a damn what X thinks attitude, pretty much solidified my opinion that you have an I don't care, so neither should you mindset. There's also this.
I mean, it's already been established that Jaden is against any porn or persona being made.
Like I care.
This tells me that you don't care about anyone else's feelings or opinion on a situation and just want to stick to your own biases. This is shameful behavior, especially for a commentator. It's not going to convince anyone to listen to what you have to say, nor will it endear you to the opposing side of an argument. You have to take their side of said argument into consideration if you want them to see your side of the argument. The fact you just dismissed everything Raven said and failed to debunk anything makes me wonder how so many people are convinced you know what you're talking about if your debating skills are this piss poor. I'm also going to say that commentaries aren't this I'm right, you're wrong argument you seem to treat them as. Always assume in the back of your mind there's the possibility that you're wrong about the arguments you're making, or that you're misunderstanding an argument made by the opposite side. Once you put that into practice and become comfortable with it, maybe, just maybe, you'll drop this whole standoff attitude you seem to carry wherever you go. Well, with all of that said, this is Night saying thanks for watching, share your thoughts with me, and I look forward to the response Carmen will doubtlessly make because she refuses to lose.